Get ready to uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change. In this video, we'll reveal the top for ultra-rare Washington quarters, state quarters, Jefferson nickels, and wheat pennies worth hundreds to thousands, or even millions. These coins hold incredible value and fascinating history. Stick around to find out which ones could make you rich. Are you ready to discover one of the most thrilling, highly sought-after coins in American history? Buckle up, because today, we're diving into the world of the rare 1946 wheat penny, a coin that could be hiding in your pocket change right now, and might just be worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. Stick with us until the end to find out if you could be sitting on a small fortune. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. A quick journey through the 1946 wheat penny's history. The 1946 wheat penny is part of a beloved series of pennies minted from 1909 to 1958. The series is famous for featuring the iconic wheat stalk design on the reverse, created by engraver Victor David Brenner. While the wheat penny has seen many different dates and mint marks, the 1946 coin itself is often overlooked as one of the more common issues. However, there's a twist. Certain 1946 pennies, especially in rare grades or unique conditions, are valued at astronomical amounts. Now, let's break it down. The 1946 wheat penny was minted in significant numbers, over 1 billion, making it generally one of the more common coins in the series. Yet, rarity isn't solely defined by mintage numbers. Condition, mint mark variations, and special factors play a massive role in determining a coin's value. The value of a 1946 wheat penny, more than you think. If you thought the 1946 penny was just another pocket change relic, think again. The value of this coin can range dramatically, from just a few cents for a worn, circulated example to several $1,000s for a pristine, high-grade specimen. Here are some of the price ranges you can expect based on the condition and rarity of the coin. Low-grade 1946 wheat pennies. These coins, showing signs of heavy wear and circulation, might only be worth 10 to 50 cents. Not too impressive, right? But remember, we're just warming up. Mid-grade coins. A 1946 penny in excellent condition, AU or MS63, can fetch anywhere from $1 to $5. If it's well preserved, its value increases as collectors desire those in near-mint condition. High-grade coins, a mint state, MS65 or better, 1946 penny, with sharp details and lustrous surfaces, can command $50 to $100 or more. Now we're getting into the more serious money. The big bucks, rare varieties, and here's where the fun begins. There are reports of 1946 wheat pennies with unique characteristics, like doubling on the date or mint mark errors, that can be worth thousands. If you find one of these, you might want to sit down because a rare error coin like this can easily reach values between $5,000 to $10,000 or beyond. The coin that could make you a millionaire. Imagine stumbling upon a 1946 penny with an especially rare error or in exceptional condition. A coin like this, for instance, could be worth a small fortune, far more than anyone would ever expect. With the right mix of rarity, condition, and demand from collectors, this unassuming penny could make your bank account skyrocket. So, if you've got a jar of old pennies or some in your wallet right now, take a moment to search for any 1946 wheat pennies. Could one of them be a hidden gem worth a fortune? You never know until you check. The bottom line. The 1946 wheat penny is much more than just another coin. While it may seem like an ordinary, mass-produced relic of the past, the right variety, in the right condition, can easily be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars. Who knows, that little coin you might find under your couch cushions could change your life. Now, remember, it's not just about the coin itself, it's about finding the right one. So, if you've got a 1946 wheat penny lying around, don't let it go unnoticed. Take a closer look. You could be holding onto something truly special, maybe even a treasure that could lead you to a small fortune. The 1966 Washington quarter dollar, a hidden gem. The 1966 Washington quarter dollar might seem like just another piece of US currency from the past. After all, the US Mint produced millions of these coins, and they were in regular circulation for many years. But don't be fooled, hidden among the many common 1966 quarters are some incredibly rare, highly sought-after variations that could be worth a small fortune. So, what makes the 1966 Washington quarter dollar so special? The key lies in a small but important number of rare minting errors and varieties. If you've ever wondered about the value of a seemingly common 1966 quarter, get ready to be amazed. Certain 1966 quarters can be worth hundreds, thousands, or even more, depending on the specific features and quality of the coin. The basics, the 1966 Washington quarter dollar. The 1966 Washington quarter dollar was minted as part of the regular series featuring George Washington on the obverse side and an eagle on the reverse. The U.S. Mint produced over 200 million of these quarters, making them relatively common in circulation. So, most of the 1966 quarters you come across are likely to be worth their face value, just 25 cents. But don't be too quick to dismiss that quarter you've got lying around, because some 1966 quarters have unique characteristics that can make them far more valuable. Whether it's a rare minting error, a special variety, or even an uncirculated coin in perfect condition, there's a lot more going on with the 1966 Washington quarter than meets the eye. Minting errors and rare varieties, hidden gold in your pocket change. One of the most exciting things about the 1966 Washington quarter dollar is that certain minting errors have significantly increased the coin's value. The most valuable of these errors are often the result of slight mistakes made during the minting process. For example, some 1966 Washington quarters were struck off-center or with a misaligned die. These errors create a distorted or incomplete image, which is precisely what collectors look for in error coins. While off-center coins might seem like a flaw to the untrained eye, to coin collectors, they are highly prized. A 1966 Washington quarter struck off-center could be worth $1,000 or more, depending on how dramatic the error is and the condition of the coin. In addition, the 1966 quarter also has some rare varieties that were minted with unusual features, such as proof-like finishes. These coins were specially struck and designed for collectors, and they often exhibit a higher level of detail and clarity than regular circulating coins. A 1966 proof-like quarter in great condition could easily sell for $500 to $1,000 or more. The key to big value, condition matters. As with most rare coins, the condition of the 1966 Washington quarter plays a crucial role in determining its value. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. For instance, a 1966 quarter in mint state, meaning it has minimal to no wear or damage, will be worth far more than a coin that has seen a lot of circulation. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin. A 1966 Washington quarter graded MS-65 or higher can command prices of $50 to $100, depending on the quality and rarity. But if you find a quarter that's been carefully preserved in MS-70 condition, you could be looking at a coin worth thousands. The ultimate find, 1966 quarter proof coins. But wait, there's more. While most 1966 Washington quarters are produced for regular circulation, a small number of proof coins were created for collectors as part of special sets. These proof coins are made with a unique, high-quality process that results in a sharp, mirror-like finish. 1966 proof quarters can be much rarer than their regular counterparts, and they are highly sought after by numismatists. A 1966 proof quarter in flawless condition could be worth $500 to $2,000 or more. Proof coins that are well preserved, especially those with unique errors or features, can even break into the tens of thousands of dollars if they are in exceptional condition. Some collectors have paid massive sums for perfectly preserved 1966 proof coins, making them one of the most valuable finds for serious collectors. Could you be sitting on a gold mine? So, what does this mean for you? If you have a 1966 Washington quarter, it's time to take a closer look. Is it struck with an off-center die? Does it have a proof-like finish or other unique features? Is it in mint condition, preserved perfectly over the years? Any of these factors could mean your 1966 quarter is worth far more than its face value. In fact, certain rare error coins have been known to fetch $5,000, $10,000, or even more. Whether you find a quarter with a slight minting error or one that's been perfectly preserved, now is the time to dig through your coin collection and check for these hidden treasures. The 1999 D Connecticut Quarter, a quick history. The 1999 D Connecticut Quarter is part of the U.S. Mint's 50-state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008, featuring a unique design for each state in the order they joined the Union. Connecticut was the fifth state to enter the Union, and its quarter, released in 1999, features a beautiful and iconic design showcasing the *** statue of the Minuteman, a symbol of Connecticut's contribution to the Revolutionary War, along with a depiction of the charter oak tree, which famously housed the original charter of the state. The reverse of the coin also features the words "the Constitution State," emphasizing Connecticut's important role in American history. What makes the 1999 D Connecticut Quarter so valuable? You may wonder what makes the 1999 D Connecticut Quarter stand out from the millions of other coins produced in that year. The truth is that while the design is beautiful and historically significant, it's the rarity and unique errors that make this coin so valuable. There are minting errors that have been discovered in certain batches of 1999 D Connecticut Quarters. Some of these include the famous double die errors, where the coin was struck twice, causing the image on the obverse front of the coin to appear doubled. Other varieties may show misaligned dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks, all of which can significantly increase the value of the coin. These errors can be extremely rare, and finding a high-quality example of one can be a collector's dream. Additionally, coins that are graded MS65 or higher, meaning they have been preserved in mint condition, can fetch a substantial premium. A high-grade 1999 D Connecticut Quarter without any minting errors can still be worth $10 to $50 or more depending on demand, but once you start adding those rare errors into the mix, things get incredibly exciting. How much is the 1999 D Connecticut Quarter worth? The typical 1999 D Connecticut Quarter found in everyday circulation isn't likely to be worth much over its face value of 25 cents. However, this is where it gets interesting. If you have a high-quality version of this quarter, or one with a mint error like a double die, the value could easily jump to hundreds of dollars. Some error examples have even sold for $1,000 or more, and rare cases of particularly well-preserved coins have been known to fetch $5,000 or even higher at auction. For example, if you happen to find one of these coins that has an especially pronounced double die error, where the images on the front are clearly doubled, collectors will go wild for it, and you could see offers ranging from $500 to $2,000. If the condition is top tier, graded MS67 or higher, the coin's value could potentially soar to $5,000 or more, depending on the market. And for those looking to cash in on ultra-rare coins, if you're lucky enough to have one of these highly graded error varieties, you could be staring at a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars at auction. These coins are in high demand, and collectors are eager to snap them up at any price. The market for the 1999 D Connecticut Quarter. The market for rare quarters, especially those from the 50-state quarters program, has been steadily growing over the years. Collectors love the state-themed quarters, and the added excitement of mint errors and rarities only makes these coins even more desirable. As more collectors begin to focus on high-quality, error-filled coins, the value of coins like the 1999 D Connecticut Quarter is likely to rise, making now the perfect time to look through your collections, or even check your change, because the next rare find could make you thousands of dollars richer. How to spot a valuable 1999 D Connecticut Quarter. So how can you tell if your 1999 D Connecticut Quarter is worth big money? Here are a few tips. Check for errors. Look for double die errors, die cracks, or off-center strikes. These errors will often be visible to the naked eye, especially on the portraits and lettering on the obverse. Get a professional grading. If you think your coin is in great condition, consider getting it graded by a professional numismatic service like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade coin will have a significantly higher value. Examine the condition. Coins that are well preserved with no wear, scratches, or damage are worth more. A mint condition quarter is always in high demand. 1953 D Jefferson nickel, a brief history. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1938, designed by artist Felix Schlag. The obverse of the coin features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, while the reverse depicts Monticello, Jefferson's historic home. The 1953 D. Jefferson nickel, minted in Denver, was part of a standard issue production. However, what makes this particular year so fascinating isn't the design or its usual composition, but rather its rarity and potential minting errors that make it a must-have for collectors. What makes the 1953 D. Jefferson nickel so valuable? At first glance, the 1953 D. Jefferson nickel may seem like a regular coin. After all, millions were produced. However, what sets this nickel apart from the rest lies in the rarity of high-quality specimens and minting errors. Here's where it gets exciting. Certain 1953 D. Jefferson nickels were struck with errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, and die cracks. These varieties are especially valuable to collectors because they're rare and add a unique feature to the coin's appeal. The double die error, in which the design is mistakenly stamped twice on the coin, is one of the most exciting types of minting mistakes that collectors look for. In fact, coins with this kind of error can be worth significantly more than their standard counterparts. Depending on the severity of the error, some double die 1953 D. Jefferson nickels have been sold for hundreds to thousands of dollars at auction. How much is the 1953 D. Jefferson nickel worth? Now, let's get to the juicy part. How much is this coin actually worth? In general, a regular 1953 D. Jefferson nickel in average circulation will only fetch a few dollars, perhaps up to $1 or $2 depending on its condition. However, once you start considering the high-grade specimens, those that have been preserved in mint condition, the value quickly rises. A coin that is graded MS65 or higher could easily be worth $50 to $100 or more. But here's where things get truly exciting. Coins with minting errors can push the value of the 1953 D. Jefferson nickel to $1,000 or more. Coins with a double die or other significant errors could see their values reach thousands of dollars depending on the rarity and condition. In fact, there have been instances where highly sought-after 1953 D. Jefferson nickels have sold for well over $10,000 in rare cases. And if you have a highly rare, pristine coin with significant minting errors, you could be looking at a life-changing amount. Collectors are actively hunting for these rare examples, and the demand for error coins has been increasing, making now the perfect time to check your collection. The market for rare Jefferson nickels. The market for rare Jefferson nickels, especially those with mint errors, is booming. The scarcity of high-quality 1953 D nickels, combined with the growing demand from collectors, has created a competitive environment for buyers and sellers alike. As a result, these coins are becoming more and more valuable by the day. If you happen to find a 1953 D. Jefferson nickel in your collection or in your pocket change, it's definitely worth getting it appraised by a professional. You might have a hidden treasure just waiting to be discovered.